Hey makers, it's Bree from Minerva. Today I am so excited to chat with you about sewing patterns with some fun cutout details. I have always loved a cutout. It's such an eye-catching design, and I really like that we've been seeing it more and more frequently on the runway and in the high street. Cutouts not only offer a fun aesthetic, but they also are a great opportunity to learn new finishing techniques, and they're really fun to sew. So I have picked 7 patterns with cutouts ranging from modest keyholes to breezy backless features. And of course, I've also picked some beautiful fabrics to go with them for some complete sewing inspiration. As always, we will link everything down below so you can check out all the product information. Our product pages also feature community makes, so you can see other makers' versions of the pattern, as well as lots of other projects made up in the featured fabrics, so definitely check that out. So first up, I have the Rosalie dress from Experimental Space. This is a really pretty design. I think it is so perfect for like a casual summer day dress, but I could also see it made up in a fancier fabric for a special event. The full-length skirt has panels and slash pockets. The slim A-line shape just really like skims softly over the hips. The sleeveless tank bodice has a double V-neck, and it features light gathering at the waist where it tucks neatly into the waistband. And just above that waistband is a cute little curved cutout. The cutout is a really nice size, very well balanced by the length of the skirt, and it's positioned low enough to not reveal a bra, which I think is so great. The printed Rosalie dress comes in 13 sizes, so it is for hips 31.5 to 55.5 inches. It's rated intermediate. The bodice and the waistband are lined, so the inside is super tidy. The instructions even include tips for sewing French seams, which is a great way to level up your finishing techniques. For fabrics, you'll want to look for light to medium weight wovens. Cotton lawn, lightweight linen, viscose, and tencel are great options for like an everyday Rosalie. But you could also look at silk or brocade or satin for a very special Rosalie dress. For the Rosalie dress, I have picked one of our exclusive prints. This is the Falling Blossom on our viscose challis base. From a distance, it looks more like a floral print, but as you look up close, you can see that it's more like a watercolor, like little droplets, almost like ice dye. And I just love the like movement in the colors. I think it is so pretty on this like gray and blue background. The viscose has really lovely drape, and I just think it would be so beautiful made up as a Rosalie dress. So I am usually an indie pattern gal, but when it comes to the cutout trend, McCall's has had some of the most incredible designs the last couple of seasons. I picked 2 for this video, but if you love a statement cutout, you should definitely check out their entire line because there are some serious gems in there. So this next pattern is McCall's 8253. It's a knit dress with 3 hem options and 2 sleeve variations. There's a drawstring at the center bust and optional ruching at the center front of the skirt. So I really love how this allows you to kind of decide how big you want the cutout at the underbust to be. So you could like show off just a little bit by keeping that drawstring loose and skipping the ruching on the ultra high-waisted skirt. Or you can go bold, cinch that drawstring up, and add the peak of ruching for the skirt just to bring it down a little bit. The size range for the McCall's 8253 is spread over 3 envelopes. So sizes 8 to 16 is for hips 33.5 to 40 inches. The size 18 to 24 envelope is for hips 42 to 48 inches. And the 26 to 32 envelope is for hips 50 to 56 inches. So McCall's 8253 is considered an easy pattern. It is a learn to sew pattern, which means that the instructions are a bit more detailed than is typical for a Big 4 pattern. It's a little more involved than like a simple t-shirt, but if you're used to sewing with drapier knits, it should come together really quickly. For this one, you will want to look for knit fabrics with some drape and at least 50% crossways stretch. So viscose and tencel jerseys are going to work so nicely, as well as ITY knits or a double brushed poly. For this one, I have picked my favorite ever knit fabric. I just can't say enough good things about our bamboo cotton jersey from the Minerva Core range. My wardrobe and my personal fabric stash include a lot of this fabric. It is just so soft and smooth. It drapes so beautifully, but has like a little bit of body and opacity to it. It washes and wears just so well. So this is the golden colorway. It's a nice like salmony orangey pink. It is 68% bamboo, 28% cotton, and 4% elastane. So I love this one because again, it just has such a smooth drape, but then like it's not going to be see-through or clingy thanks to that little bit of cotton there. And I just think it would be so cool made up in the McCall's 8253. The other McCall's pattern that I chose might be my personal favorite. McCall's 8361/8362 is such a fun mix of elements, and the result is just a really modern, cool take on the classic shirt dress. So the bodice has a notched collar and it overlaps under the bust and it gathers into like a little panel, and that's the panel that connects the bodice to the skirt. But then from that, we have these little ties that go around the waist, creating this really cute stripey effect with the cutout. The back bodice is elasticated and the back skirt has a center back zip. The skirt comes in 2 lengths, and you can choose from a short sleeve, a classic shirt style sleeve, or a cute little puff. And it really just altogether makes such a cute statement dress. All of the elements work so nicely together, and I think it is such a fun design. Sizing for this pattern is split over 2 different pattern numbers, each with 2 size envelopes. So McCall's 8361 contains the AX5 envelope, sizes 4 to 12, which is hips 31.5 to 36 inches, and the D5 envelope, sizes 12 to 20 for hips 36 to 44 inches. For sizes 20 through 38, you will need the other pattern number. So that's McCall's 8362, and that one has the W2 and W3 size bands. W2 is sizes 20 through 28, which is for hips 44 to 52 inches, and W3 is for sizes 30 to 38 for hips 54 to 62 inches. So this does fall in the intermediate category. It's definitely a multi-step project. The steps individually are probably not that difficult, but it is a lot of elements to keep track of. And some of the details like the collar with that little notch in there, as well as the sleeve placket, those can kind of require a little extra patience. So for fabrics, you'll want to look for light to medium weight wovens with a bit of body. You could go for something drapey like a viscose or a tencel for kind of a softer version, but I think something with a little more structure is really going to hold the details better. So cottons, linens, things like poplin, shirting, sateen, or lawn will have a nice crispness for that collar, as well as it'll give some volume for the skirt. I opted for a solid cotton poplin so that we could really see the details of the McCall's 8361/8362. So this is the Minerva Core range, 100% cotton poplin. It comes in over 20 colorways, but I have gone for this really, really beautiful, vibrant teal called Peacock. It is very soft and smooth. It is just the perfect weight and crispness for a shirt style dress. It also is going to cut and press really, really well, which is always nice, but especially great to have a cooperative fabric when you're working on a more complicated pattern. So I would definitely recommend this one for the McCall's 8361/8362. The next pattern I have chosen is the Closet Core Pauline dress. So since this one was released, it has become such a fan favorite. It is really versatile with the 2 skirt options and the 3 sleeve variations. Depending on your fabric choice, you could have like just a simple sundress or a dramatic special occasion piece. The Pauline dress has a square neck bodice with statement pleats at the front. The back is shaped with princess seams and features a beautiful cutout that ties neatly at the nape of the neck. There's a simple sheath skirt option as well as a tiered midi skirt view. You can choose between sleeveless or go for the romantic gathered sleeve, either at elbow or 3/4 length. The printed Pauline comes in US sizes 0 to 20, so that is hips 33 to 48 inches. Closet Core rates the Pauline between intermediate and advanced, but their rating system also factors time in as well as skills, which I think is important to note because the techniques used for the Pauline dress aren't particularly complicated. Like, yes, there is a zip and an optional lining, but it's more that there's a lot of elements and it's not something that you would just whip out in an afternoon. But Closet Core's instructions are really, really thorough. So if you are a patient beginner with a couple garments under your belt, I think you could totally take on the Pauline dress. So looking at fabrics, Pauline can be made up in a variety of light to medium weight woven fabrics. So linen, poplin, sateen, or chambray will give a little more structure to those pleats and gathers. Viscose, tencel, cotton lawn, or silk will have a softer, more breezy, flowy effect. So I have had the sleeveless sheath version of the Pauline dress on my to-sew list for ages. So for this summery sundress version, I have picked the Atelier Brunette Hopscotch Cotton Gauze in the color Divine Parma. This is a really lovely single layer lightweight cotton. So for a close fitting dress, I would recommend lining it. It is not quite opaque, but it has a really nice drape. So not quite as much as a cotton lawn, but certainly more than a poplin. So it's really nice for a shaped dress like this. I really love this dusty lavender color, and the block print style I think is very cool and really modern, perfect for the Pauline dress. Next up, I have the Named Clothing Cisco interlace dress and top. This is another one that is on my personal to-sew list. I think it is such a cool and thoughtful design. So the wrap top, or the dress bodice, is definitely the main feature here. Instead of a traditional V-neck wrap, the Cisco front pieces are kind of like wave shaped, and then when they cross over, it creates this really beautiful keyhole at the chest. And the ties are also set at a bit of an angle, which creates a second little peak below the waist. The two cutouts could seem a little bit bold paired together, but they're really nicely balanced by that high neckline of the bodice as well as the midi length of the skirt. Cisco is also designed to accommodate body changes like pregnancy and breastfeeding. The elastic skirt can pull up nice and easy over a baby bump, and the wrap front of the top or bodice, of course, provides easy access for breastfeeding without being specific to maternity wear. The Cisco comes in sizes EU 32 to 56, which is for hips measuring 32 to 55.5 inches. It is rated intermediate due to the uniqueness of the construction. It's not difficult exactly, but you'll definitely want to keep that instruction booklet handy as you sew. And you'll want to look for knits with at least 40 to 50% crossways stretch. So most jerseys like cotton, viscose, and tencel jersey will work really nicely, but you could also go for something a bit more structured like a jacquard knit or an interlock. For the Cisco, I have gone for this cotton lycra jersey from the Minerva Core range. Now, I have a couple of garments made up in this fabric, and it is so nice to work with. It is really soft to wear. It's basically the perfect t-shirt fabric, and it comes in almost every color imaginable. This is a warm purple called Cassis. It is 95% cotton and 5% elastane. It has really great recovery and plenty of stretch. Again, I just love this color. I think it would make such a beautiful and comfortable Cisco dress. The next pattern is perhaps the boldest when it comes to cutouts, and I am absolutely obsessed with the ether dress from Pattern Fantastique. It is such a cool design that really beautifies functionality. It's a really simple, easy construction, but it has a really big impact. So it takes a gathered shape and makes the tie, which is usually just a practical element, really the main feature. So by using actual rope instead of ribbon or fabric, the design is really elevated and artful. The rope kind of gathers the front back fabric, and then it crosses over the open back to form a little keyhole midway down the back. So that loop detail actually functions to lower the center back volume, creating a more streamlined silhouette. So it comes with a sleek sleeveless version or a dramatic flutter sleeve view. Both options include clever inseam pockets. The ether dress comes in sizes 6 to 30, which includes hips measuring 34 to 58 inches. So like I said, the construction itself is very straightforward, so it's great for advanced beginners. you'll want to look for light to medium weight fabrics that are going to have a bit of texture and a bit of structure. So linens and cottons are great options, but you could also include more specialty substrates like seersucker, brocade, or organza. So I have chosen one of our exclusive prints. So this is the Tiger Kingdom, and it's printed on our viscose linen base. So it is 55% linen and 45% viscose. It has some really nice texture to it, and it's just like a magical blend of drape and body, and I think the print is so pretty with the different leaves and the little tigers like hiding in the background. I think it really fits the vibe of the ether dress, kind of meeting that like artistic meets natural. It's still very dramatic. I think they would be such a great pairing. I couldn't do a cutout roundup without including a pattern from Mimi G. I really think it's because of her designs that this trend took such a good hold in the sewing community. It was tricky to pick just one, but in the end, I landed on Simplicity 9370. It is a beautifully sleek mock neck raglan dress with designed for knit fabrics. So it has 3 sleeve length options and 2 skirt styles. The asymmetrical cutout sits on the left side of the waist. The waist tie is anchored on the right side, belting over and tying neatly at the cutout on the other side. I really love the way that the revealing waist cutout is balanced by the high neckline and the long skirt. It's really well thought out and highly impactful. Simplicity 9370 comes in sizes 6 to 24, so that is spread across 2 size envelopes. So the H5 envelope contains sizes 6 to 14, which is for hips 32.5 inches to 38 inches. The U5 envelope has sizes 16 to 24 for hips measuring 40 to 48 inches. It's an intermediate pattern, but of course, Mimi G has you covered with a video sew along that you can find right on the product page. So fabric suggestions include jersey, stretch velvet, rib knits, and interlock. Now, depending on the stretch of your fabric, you may or may not need the zip to get the dress on and off. So most jerseys will have enough stretch and recovery to be able to just pull it on and off over your head, but other knits like interlock, scuba, or sweater knits may not stretch open enough or may have trouble returning to shape after they're being stretched. So in those cases, don't skip the zip. For this one, I have picked a fabric that feels very Mimi G style. So this is our Minerva exclusive Animal Glow viscose jersey. So the fabric is 92% viscose and 8% elastane. It is super stretchy. It's got great recovery. You could totally omit that zipper if you're making the Simplicity 9370. It has a really nice, like, heavy hand. It's got great drape, and I'm just like so obsessed with these colors. It is so vibrant, that hot pink against that deep purple. And the scale of the animal print is just so fun. I think it is, again, like so Mimi G and a really great option for this Simplicity 9370 dress. So those are my picks for statement cutout patterns. If you've caught the cutout bug and you're looking for even more project ideas, be sure to check out the recent McCall's line as well as some patterns by Vicky Sews. There are some really great designs in there. Let us know in the comments below if you have a favorite cutout pattern or if you're planning to incorporate some of these trends into your own sewing coming up soon. And of course, you can always let us know if you have questions, if you'd like a pattern or fabric recommendation. We love to help. So that is all from me today. Be sure you follow here on Minerva. You're subscribed on YouTube. We have tons of fun sewing content coming your way all the time. So until next time, happy making. Bye!